Hi, this is Galit Goldfarb. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Today I'm going to be talking about hair color. Now, I'm just about to turn 50 years old, and last week I decided to stop coloring my hair with even the so-called healthy brands. I've made this decision because of the unhealthy effects of the chemicals found even in healthy hair colors and on our brains, on our brain cells, and on our overall health. I will bring you all of the details in this video so to help you make an educated choice for yourself. Although I had continuously colored my hair with natural hair coloring since it went partly gray when I was diagnosed with cancer, because of the functioning of the thyroid gland affects our hair color, last week I made a different decision. The decision began about a month ago when for the first time I decided to go to a hair salon to color my hair instead of coloring it myself at home. Now, with the natural hair coloring I was using all of this time, I didn't think it was a problem. But my daughters encouraged me to go to the hair salon because it was the beginning of the high holiday season here, and I agreed. So I told the hairdresser to please use hair color without ammonia, and he did. But after sitting with the hair color on my hair for about half an hour, which I normally never do at home, I usually take the color off after about 15 minutes. Well, I started to feel a severe headache. Now, since the salon was full of women because of the high holiday season, they couldn't wash the hair color out of my hair on time, and the headache got worse and worse. Finally, after the hair color was out of my hair, I decided to do some research and find out what had triggered the severe headache, since the hairdresser used so-called natural hair coloring. And I found out that it was mainly the hydrogen peroxide in the hair color and the other list of chemicals that are found in so-called natural hair colors. Now, these chemicals were being absorbed through my scalp directly into my brain tissue, resulting in an extreme headache. Now, since dementia and Alzheimer's run high in my family, I do not wish to go down that path. Using natural hair color with many nutrients and herbs, I thought I was doing something good for my hair and my health, but I was wrong. I fell for the very effective advertising stating that it was free of ammonia, which leads to respiratory and asthma. It's an irritant. Also, it was free of Resorcinol, which is an endocrine system disruptor, and also a toxin for the immune system and an allergen. Also, it states that it's free of parabens, which are endocrine disruptors. Now, these are all found in normal hair coloring. Also, it states that it's free of Cocamide DEA, which is an allergen and listed as a cancer-causing agent by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. It also states that it's free on heavy metals, mineral oils, and SLS. And it states that it's rich in healthy plant-based ingredients. But I forgot to examine the ingredients that are found at the bottom of the packaging and in the smallest font that I could have ever seen. So I used a magnifying glass to see what was inside, and I found out that these companies that are calling their hair color natural still have chemical ingredients like PPD, which is p-phenylalanine diamine, which is an allergen and a cell toxin and a carcinogen, meaning that it causes cancer. And it's also rich in structurally similar PTD, which is toluene diamine, also an allergen and an irritant, and causes inflammation, and all of them have hydrogen peroxide. Now, hydrogen peroxide is a stable, uncharged, and freely diffusible free radical. The generation of hydrogen peroxide happens all the time in our brain because of the high oxygen consumption in brain tissue. Now, Alzheimer's disease is a neurodegenerative disorder, also found to be associated with oxidative stress, and hydrogen peroxide is implicated in this and in the neurotoxicity of the amyloid beta peptide, which is connected with Alzheimer's disease. Now, hydrogen peroxide leads to alterations in proteins, fats, and the DNA, all which affect the Alzheimer's disease brain, and of course also a healthy brain, leading it to become diseased and may contribute to the loss of synaptic function, which is a characteristic of Alzheimer's disease. The ability for amyloid beta to generate a lot of hydrogen peroxide, this amyloid beta is what is found in the tissue of people with Alzheimer's disease. It generates hydrogen peroxide, and interactions with hydrogen peroxide with iron and copper together generate highly toxic free radicals in the brain. And this is considered perhaps a mechanism for the oxidative stress that is associated with Alzheimer's disease. So, of course, anything with hydrogen peroxide, we do not want it seeping in through our scalp into our brain. Heavy metals in Alzheimer's disease pathology is also linked with hydrogen peroxide. Now, antioxidants in the diet prevent oxidative stress, and therefore they can be considered therapeutic for treating the oxidative stress associated with Alzheimer's disease. And I talk about this in my video on Alzheimer's disease and dietary habits that can help with this. However, Alzheimer's disease is not the only disease associated with unnatural hair coloring, with commercially sold hair coloring. The National Cancer Institute states that there are more than 5,000 different chemicals in hair colors, and many of these chemicals are not safe and considered allergens, endocrine disruptors, and toxic to cells, and also some of them are carcinogenic, causing cancer. We all want to be free, and not slaves. We are the only ones who can decide for ourselves what to do with our lives and what is more important for us. And my choice is health. I spent 15 years, those who know me, being a slave to addictions, and I decided just not to allow hair coloring now to become my new slavery. So I want to begin talking about what gray hair really is. And once hair turns gray, what you need to do to care for it. So first of all, gray hair, it just lacks melanin. Therefore, you need protection from the sun's UV rays using a hat to care for it when you're in the sun, to care for your hair and also for your scalp. Now, by 50 years old, all people have at least 50%, well, not all people, but generally most of the population have 50% of their hair that has turned gray. And if there are nutrient deficiencies, especially of zinc, the B vitamins, and iron, then you may have more than 50% of your hair gray by the age of 50. And the new fashion is actually to go gray. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Actually, it's very nice for some people, but I am not ready to go gray at this stage in my life. So I decided to search for different, absolutely natural alternatives, and I found them. Now, I will talk about some organic DIY alternatives to commercial hair colors that you can prepare and color your hair at home. Although these may not be as effective, some of them are, but they may not be as effective as commercial hair colors, and they can get messy, but they will provide you with the youthful look that you desire without the harmful effects. So the first one is coffee. For those looking to go darker while covering gray hair, you want to brew some coffee, such as an espresso, and let it cool, and mix it with 1 cup of a bit of conditioner and 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. That you may use the grounds left over in a coffee machine, or the finely ground coffee beans left over in the pods after they have been through the machine. Now you want to apply this onto your hair to allow it to marinate for about an hour. For significant results, you will have to do this more than once. Now also teas. Tea, just as with coffee, can help you color your hair naturally and cover the gray. Chamomile tea is great for blonde hair, as well as yellow sunflower petals. They are great. I'll talk about how to do this in just a second. Also, for black or darker hair, black and nettle and sage teas are great. Now, red bush tea and rosehip tea and hibiscus are great teas for red color hair. You want to use about 5 tea bags or 5 teaspoons, and soak it in hot water for about 20 minutes, allow it to cool completely, and then apply it to your hair. You can also add some conditioner to it to make the application more easy. Now, beets and carrot juice, just as with tea and coffee, these vegetables are great for redheads. You want to juice these vegetables and add the juice to any other hair color that I mentioned here in this video, to add a tint of red, which is a great idea. Now you can also use lemon juice if you want to add highlights or lighten your color. Squeeze the lemon directly on your hair and just sit outside in the sun. And it would be best if you repeat this technique for a few times to have a really major visual effect. Now I want to talk about henna. Now this is my favorite and the alternative that I've decided to currently use. My hair is now colored with henna. It's made from, henna is made from leaves from the henna plant, also known as Lawsonia inermis. It's made into a powder, and this powder is green, and it colors the hair into a red-brown tint. Now, this natural mixture has an effective coloring pigment that has been used for thousands of years to dye hair, nails, and the skin in different cultures. For example, before women get married, they color their hands and their legs sometimes. And it's really beautiful. Now, henna is best for redheads and brunettes. However, by mixing it with other plants, it will make a browner color. I have currently mixed the henna with the other leaves to make it browner to match my natural hair color. Now, to make the henna browner and less red-orange, you can add powdered Indigofera tinctoria leaves and Bacopa monera leaves, which will make it darker. Now, there is some warning. Some hennas are produced relatively cheaply, although this henna is cheap anywhere you buy it, but some of them are even more cheaply made with metallic ingredients, and these react with the color and become pretty toxic. And there may be companies that do not disclose all of their ingredients. But to know if your henna is pure, then know that if it stains your skin, you can wipe it out and it won't color the skin very quickly. Now, if it does contain PPD that I spoke about before, then it will color your skin in less than half an hour. So you will have on your hands and around your hair skin color, then you know that it has this PPD in it, which is commonly used in most hair colors, yet as I mentioned, it's quite toxic. Now, some may also have barium peroxide in them. Scientists historically used barium peroxide to make hydrogen peroxide. Now, these two ingredients, PPD and barium peroxide, are common among unnatural hennas and should be avoided. Henna may also be unsafe for people who suffer from glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency, G6PD deficiency, which is most common in Middle Eastern men and only affects 0.05 of the global population. You know probably if you have it. So how do you prepare the henna? You mix 1 cup of henna powder with 2 cups either of lemon juice and warm water, or just warm water, which is how I do it. I just mix it with warm water. I allow it to sit on my hair for about 2 hours until it thickens, and then I wash my hair afterwards. I will also wash my hands. You don't need to wear gloves when you're using it because it's not toxic and it doesn't stain your hands if you wash your hands quickly. And after you color your hair, you want to wrap it up in some plastic and sit there for about 2 to 3 hours before rinsing it. And when you wash it, it does become lumpy. But after you you wash it with shampoo and put in conditioner, all the lumpiness goes away and it covers all gray, as you can see in my hair. Now, below this video, I will put on 2 Amazon links to the henna that I found that is quite good in Amazon. It's not the one I used because I buy one locally here. I'm sure you can find some local henna near where you live, but if you can't, then I found these 2 links that I checked them out, and I found out that this company is selling really pure henna. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it will make you make an educated choice about hair coloring and the effects that it has on our health. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe to my channel if you like anything to help you move your health and wellness to a better place for you. And also visit my website, The Gorilla Diet, to help you lose weight, become healthier. And a minute, please don't go. I wanted to show you my hair. Now it's been about 3 weeks since I colored, and I do wash my hair every single day. Although this never really influenced any real hair coloring, it does influence the henna. It slowly washes away off of my hair. So this is about 3 weeks after coloring, and you can see some gray sparkle, and I think I will have to color again in about a week and a half or so. So I would say that if you do wash your hair regularly every day, as I do, then the henna will last for about a month. Now, I know that not everyone washes their hair every single day. All of my friends have started using henna along with me after I told them the benefits, and they look just fabulous. You can't see on their hair at all any signs of gray. So I will let you know. I will keep you updated about how it's going. But for now, as you can see, there is a little bit of gray in the roots of my hair. It doesn't really look bad. Actually, I got a lot of compliments from the hair color about my new hair color. So I'm really happy, and I'll keep you updated. So thank you very much for joining me. Hi there, welcome back again. It's been a month, and as you can see, oops, it's time to color my hair. So it took about a month to leave my hair, the henna, and today I'm going to color it back again. There's lots and lots of white everywhere. I don't know how much you can see it, but there is white. So I'm going to be coloring again. So it took about a month, and it did a really good job, much better than any hair color, considering the side effects, of course, and I'm very pleased. So I really recommend using henna according to the recommendations of how to mix it with certain colors to get to your perfect hair color. So have a great day. Thank you very much.